Hello, everyone, and welcome into Varsity Pens and the Isaac Shelby Coaches Show. I'm Ethan Schmidt, bringing you all the action here from Varsity Pens. Usually, Coach Shelby joins us for the start of the show, but we have two special guests that are getting us kicked off today. We have Emily Adams.
Hello.
And we have Parker Kent.
Hi.
Emily, you are a part of the dance team.
Yes.
Parker, you're a part of the cheer team.
Correct.
But you're both part of our flag football team.
Yes, we are.
That's super cool. That's really, really awesome that you guys are obviously doing more than just that. We'll start here, Emily, with you. We're going to get things kicked off the right way. One of the things that, obviously, being a part of the dance team, you're a part of the Friday night atmosphere. What's it like being a part of the Friday night atmosphere at Hilda J. Richardson when you get a chance to kind of be around the games and whatnot?
I love it so much. I love going out with some of my best friends on Friday nights, sidelines, getting the stand super excited and hype, and seeing our parents and just everyone. It's such a cool experience that I'm really glad to be a part of. So.
And Parker, this is like year one cheer for you, right?
This is year one cheer,
I
yeah.
heard that you were a soccer player beforehand. We'll get into that. Don't worry. You're going to talk a little soccer with this. Mr. Greg had questions, so I have to make sure Mr. Greg's questions get out there as well. But what's it like being a part of the cheer team this year and just getting a chance to kind of see Hilda J. Richardson from a different angle than probably what you're used to?
It's honestly, can the mic hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good.
You can pull a little bit closer to you. Yeah.
It's honestly so different, but it's been so fun. It's a totally new experience. And honestly, I've really enjoyed it. The atmosphere is super, super fun. Whenever you're actually on the sideline and on the field, it's so big and it's so fun. And there's so much happening at all times. And whenever we're winning, it's really fun.
Yes.
Because the atmosphere is even better.
Yeah.
And I love being out there with all my friends, and my coaches are great. So it's just a fun time, yeah. I really enjoy it.
Despite what the first two games would tell you, we also like to win.
That is
okay,
true.
we also like to. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if that always correlates with
Yeah.
our guys, but we also like to win.
Winning is great.
Yes, it's a great feeling. So you switched over from soccer.
Yes.
What was kind of that transition like, and what kind of led you to be like, I want to go cheer now and be a part of kind of that atmosphere at Clarksville High?
Well, I just the transition wasn't super difficult in my opinion. I mean, it obviously was, because going from one sport to another is difficult in itself, because you're having to learn, this is just complete. I was sore in so many different places. I'm not used to working my arms. I've never used my arms before. Why am I using my arms now? And the transition has been great. I'm serious. My coaches and my teammates have really made the transition super, super easy, in which I love my soccer teammates. My soccer teammates were, they're the best. But I've always been into cheer. My mom cheered in college. She cheered Austin P, and she's been always wanting me to cheer. And then I was like, I think it'd just be fun. What if I try out? Actually, okay, funny story. I'm just talking a lot here, but it did all start because I wanted to learn how to do a backflip for whenever I scored. And then it just kind of progressed from there. And I was like, wait, it'd be kind of fun if I actually did this. And then I accidentally made the team.
And now you're doing it.
And now I'm actually doing it. So I don't really know. I feel like I blinked and it all happened. But
Well, that's great, though. It's great
definitely
that you're
worked
getting a
out.
chance to do that. And shout out to Mom. Let's go P. I'm a
Yes.
P graduate myself, so always good to see that. Emily, for you, how many years has it been in dance for you? Obviously at Clarksville High School, all 4 years at Clarksville
All
High.
4 years, yes.
Where'd you dance growing up? Because there's always a studio. You got to give a shout out to your studio.
I danced at Acro Dance Express.
Shout out Miss
for-
D.
Yes, Miss D. I danced at Acro Dance Express for 7 years on the comp team. I danced for probably 9 years total, because I danced when I was younger as well. So definitely a journey. I was a competitive gymnast before I did dance, so that was cool. But yeah, so.
Miss D's awesome. I love Miss D. So
We love Miss D too.
She's the best. She used to work with us in college. We'd always have to have some sort of skit or show, and so she'd always work with us at the college level. So I'd always have to work with her, but she's absolutely phenomenal. So you learn from the best. I can promise you that. She's the best. All right, so let's talk a little flag football here now, because that's what I know Coach Shelby wants to hear your guys' opinion on flag football. One of the things that you guys brought up to him was he yells at our guys.
Yes.
He gets into them, yells at them. He doesn't do that so much to y'all.
No, not
He
at all.
babies us
He
completely.
definitely babies us.
Yeah.
He
I
says
mean, I
that-
love
no,
it.
He says that we're good listeners. He
Yeah,
says that
he
we're
says
great
we're good listeners. We never get yelled at, though.
We
When
don't
we
get
mess
yelled
up,
at.
it's more of a, let's try that again, and not what we hear on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard Coach Stanley yell?
It's-
I've never heard
I
someone-
have.
Well, not at us.
Right.
He's yelled at.
He's scary when he yells. If you
He
think
is.
Shelby's bad when he yells on the sidelines, you've never seen Taylor go into a full fit.
Actually, my freshman year, fun fact, he did kind of yell in my face in class. But it's okay. We still love him. It's great now.
What's it like getting coached by those guys? Because obviously it's going to be completely different than what you would see, whether it's cheer and dance, to have these two coaches. Mind you, Coach Stanley has nothing but boys, right? Coach Shelby at least has Lucy, so he's at least around that. But, like, Stanley has only boys. He's only coached boys. He's only played football. What's Coach Stanley like with y'all?
Oh, he's great.
He's great. I think he's
I'm
great.
serious. He's great. I went home whenever I tried out for flag, which was just kind of show up. But whenever I tried out, I was like, I love the coaches. Like, they're great. It's just,
I know.
like,
It's
just
so fun. They make it such a good environment.
Yeah.
It's fun.
He coached me. I don't know. No, it was fun. It was fun to be coached by Coach Shelby. These other guys are just soft these days. But for certain, these guys, they obviously are very proud about the flag football thing. That's why I know they always talk to me about making sure that you guys get talked about and things of that nature, because it's super important, because you guys don't realize it yet, but you're history makers at Clarksville High School, because there was never anybody before you, which is super, super cool. What legacy are you guys wanting to leave with that, with flag football? What's kind of like your guys' hopes and goals with that?
Hopefully to win. That would be nice.
Win's good.
Yes,
Yeah.
to win.
Who did we lose to? A couple people. Central. Hopefully we beat Central this year.
Yes, they're a tough team.
They're so good. Their quarterback,
They're really good.
I'll just shout her out. She's great.
She's very
She's
great.
She's
cool.
great. But so yeah, hopefully to win, have a good time, participation award. Yeah.
Yeah, win is always good, and there's a chance now to compete for a state championship.
Yeah.
Yes,
Isn't that
that's
cool?
so fun.
That's super cool, and you guys could make some history. We want to make sure that happens. Now, I know, Emily, you are not only are you looking for a new best friend, but a new linebacker teammate. That's what you said, right? That's what we're looking for. It's a whole tryout for best friend linebacker.
Yeah, of
Something
course.
like that. Yeah, last year, Kinsley Savage, linebacker duo, shout out to you, love you, miss you. But yeah, she was great. So looking for a new partner.
There you go, new partner in crime in the middle linebacker. What do you play, Parker? Which positions do you play?
I played a lot of running back. Yeah.
Makes sense.
It was just speed. Yes.
All right, so tell me something Clarksville High-wise, and we can start with you, Emily. What's been like one of your like favorite memories and like favorite experiences that you've had at CHS?
Probably everything dance team related, pep rallies, just being with those girls. It's so fun. I love HOCO week. That's so fun. The spirit days, pictures. I love taking pictures with my friends. That's probably the best part, actually, is taking pictures on sidelines before games. It's so fun. It's such a memory, and I love it so much.
Parker, what about you?
Definitely just hanging out with my friends all the time.
Yeah.
And sports have given me so many different friends in so many different places. And I've just really loved having that. And I've had so many different experiences, and I've met so many people. I like just being out there, like on the field with everyone.
I love being out on the
It's
field.
just so fun.
Yeah.
And everyone's in a good mood. I don't know. It's just so fun.
It's such a fun.
I also agree with homecoming week. Homecoming week is so fun with all the spirit days, and then I don't know. It's
I
just
love
really
the
fun.
two sides of getting to be on dance team and flag football, because they're so different, and it's such like a different side of me comes out with each sport. So it's very fun.
Yeah, and what I really like that you guys are doing is because a lot of times, I mean, you have people who play multiple sports, and it's not uncommon for someone to go play like soccer and softball or basketball and that. But you guys are on the pep side of things. Like, you were on cheer and dance. You're doing those sports, and then you turn around the spring and you're like, no, we're playing football. I think that's cool.
I love it.
I think that's super cool. And what would you tell to like a young, cheerleader dance teamer that's like, why do you guys do that? What would you tell them?
I would say just try something different. You never know if you're gonna love it or not. So why not try it?
Yeah, 1000%. It's just so fun. That's my only way of putting it. It's just the practices were fun, the games are fun, just being with your team is fun. The bus rides were fun. Everything about it was just fun.
And you never want to go out of high school with any regrets. So
No,
if you never try, you never know.
I wasn't regretting anything that I was doing. It's just always been really fun.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think flag is just such a fun way to do it, because you're getting to kind of experience football without actually getting tackled by 300-pound men. So that's kind of nice. But
If you're good, you don't get tackled. Remember that. If you're good, you never get tackled. You just
you just
learn
run
how to
by.
get out of bounds. That's how you survive that. But I do appreciate you guys spending your time with us here and taking a little bit out of your Wednesday nights to come talk a little bit about your time at Clarksville High School and whatnot. We want to give a couple shout outs to our sponsors here before you guys go out. We want to thank, of course, Varsity Pins. They let us sit on the bus. This is a nice little venue, right? This is pretty cool, right? Coach Shelby wanted me to say, do you guys ever come to Dock 17? You guys ever
I have
eat?
a couple times. The food's good there.
Yeah.
What's your guys' favorite food?
I was here. It was actually for a soccer banquet.
Okay.
And I couldn't tell you what I had, but I remember it was really good.
Okay,
So
well, good food at least.
that's my input.
That's a recommendation at least. Come here and you get good food. That's a good
food,
one.
yeah.
Of course, we have Wyatt Johnson Hyundai as well that sponsors. They bring out cars to our games. So if you're looking for a new car, Wyatt Johnson Hyundai, a good place to start looking there. El Rancho Grande had our team meal tonight, so shout out to El Rancho Grande as well. I know that's fired up. I have a little box
so
over there
great.
myself. We're excited to get that a little
I
bit
had
later.
that after school today.
There you
actually.
go. It's good food.
I had their to go.
They have
Chicken,
really
cheese, and
good
rice.
food,
Yeah.
chicken,
Yes,
cheese, and
Parker.
rice.
What can
There
I
you
say?
go.
What can I
And
say?
then, of course, we also want to give a shout out to Middle Tennessee Sports and Mr. Greg Reynolds. Miss Sarah's not here tonight, but we want to thank them. They give us all the live streams for our games as well. Had all the soccer games as well
Yes.
for you. So shout out Mr. Greg Reynolds and his family for putting those on for us. And then, of course, tomorrow the $9.99 deal at Smoothie King on Thursdays. Get yourself wild. You guys have Smoothie King recommendations?
I always get the banana boat.
Okay.
It's really
I
good.
don't go there.
You don't go there? Well, Coach Shelby's looking for a new drink at Smoothie King. Yes? She said banana boat.
It's really good
There you go.
if you like bananas.
There you go. So
into that
now
kind of
you
thing.
guys gave him a recommendation because somebody told him the Caribbean and he didn't like that.
Okay.
So we'll stick with the other one. But we want to thank you guys so much. Thank all of our sponsors as well. We're going to step aside when we come back. Wyatt Dillard and Coach Shelby, who walked into the building, will be joining us in just a moment. You're listening to the Isaac Shelby Coaches Show. And welcome back to the Isaac Shelby Coaches Show. I am joined by head coach Isaac Shelby and our special guest this week, or another special guest this week, in Wyatt Dillard, a senior member of the Clarksville High School football team. Coach Shelby, excited to have you here. We just got to hear from a couple of your flag football players. So hearing that you don't yell at them as much, I'm sure Wyatt's over here like, what did we do wrong?
We do yell at them. You just have to be careful to yell too much at them. So they get their feelings hurt easier than Wyatt and the rest of the guys, I think. We do yell at them. It's just not maybe as direct as these guys get it, I think.
What
Yeah.
did you think of that?
I don't know, that kind of shocked me a little bit.
There's times where you want, like, I know that I want to say something, but I know that, like, I can't say it in the way that I would normally say it to, like, Wyatt. So I just have to, like, be quiet for a second and rethink my thoughts and then get it out in, like, a different way or a different analogy. I'm really good at analogies, but I can't always use my best analogies with them.
That's probably true. Yeah, that's true. Yes.
Parker's the only one that gets coached by both Shelbys at Clarksville High.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah, I think she's going to be our guest next week, the other Coach Shelby.
Yeah, the other Coach Shelby is going to be on the podcast next week.
Yeah.
That's what
We'll
we
be on
heard.
the podcast next week.
We have Coach Katie Shelby will be on the podcast next week. That's a little disclaimer.
She has to coach Parker too.
There you
It's
go.
the only athlete we share.
There you go. That's good stuff. So we know Coach Shelby. We have both Coach Shelbys next week. The Shelby's podcast will be next week.
That'll be good.
All right, Wyatt. So let's talk a little bit about Clarksville High School football. You've been with us since your freshman season. Talk a little bit about what it's been like to play at Clarksville High School.
It's just been nothing other. I mean, I came in as a freshman and I had only played like a year of football. I played my 8th grade year, and just hearing one of the players I grew up with, Trey Young's, one of my best friends growing up, and he was here before me, and he talked nothing good but the coaches. And so when I got here, I mean, nothing but the same. My freshman year I got better, and all the coaches helped you get better, and I had no issues with any coaches, and it's nothing like I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, Wyatt's developed into a really good player that helps us out, can do a bunch of different stuff. I even heard Coach Freeman one time say if something was wrong with him, that Wyatt could do all the drills with all the young guys, like without any kind of problem whatsoever. Like he could just do them, and Coach Freeman could skip period, like I think it's 6 through 10.
6 through 10.
Yeah,
Indy.
6 through 10 periods. Yeah, period 6 through 10. If you don't know what we're talking about, but it's on the radio. You know, we like a schedule. We've mentioned that. But
Yes.
Coach Freeman said he could just take the day off, and Wyatt could teach that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's one of those things where a lot of people don't realize like how important it is to have people on the team who take it seriously enough where it shows a true passion for the game. And that's something that not everybody, you can't really teach that to people. You just either have to have that in you or you don't. I mean, there's no other really way to do it. And I think, Wyatt, that's one of the things that I've always appreciated about you as a player is just that you always have this passion for Clarksville High School. And to be like one of the things that I always say, and Coach Shelby will, and you know this as well, if you want to be a captain or someone that we call out to be a captain at games, you have to be a Clarksville High guy. And that's my number one recommendation for anybody who votes on a captain is you have to be a Clarksville High guy. I wasn't the best player on the field ever, but I was a captain my senior year because I cared about Clarksville High and I cared about the football program. And that's something that you have always done that always makes you, like in my eyes, like makes you a big part of our program. So
I think passionate, just pridefulness in the group.
Yeah.
I think Wyatt's real good at that. He would do anything for the group of guys. He's not one of those selfish guys that are always looking for his angle on stuff.
Yeah. What have you learned with Clarksville High football? Because, I mean, you mentioned that a little bit, like, the coaches will obviously teach you stuff, but what else do you learn from Clarksville High School and, like, playing for this coaching staff?
I think what I've learned from Clarksville High football is just how to, like, be a part of a family. I mean, I don't have any siblings. I'm an only child, and just coming into this team just really taught me how to be around other people and how to actually be a part of a family and, get along with other people when you see them all the time.
I think you'll realize later in life too that our group of guys is pretty diverse. There's guys from different walks of life and different all kinds of different things. And I think when you get into like the business world or you get into like the adult world or college or whatever, like you'll see that learning how to deal with like different types of people, not just one type of people, will you'll benefit from that in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the family aspect of it because today I was someone texted me and asked me if I wanted to call a basketball game, and it's in Kansas City this year. My best friend who played football here lives in Overland Park, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to take that game so I can go see my buddy. And Coach Shelby coached both of us, so he knows exactly who it is that while I'm out there calling a basketball game, it's to go see him because he is family, right? Like I do have an older brother, but it's different. Like my Clarksville High family's different. We still stay in touch, or we, randomly, it doesn't matter. You can text somebody 5-10 years from now, and it's just like you had taken the pads off yesterday. So I love that you're getting that now because it's a really, really cool feeling with Clarksville High School football. Also, kind of being around this, I mean, you mentioned Trey Young's being kind of one of those guys that kind of was a good role model for you as well. What are you doing now as a senior to kind of reciprocate and leave kind of that same message that Trey did?
I just try to be friends with everybody on the team. I don't try to make enemies on the team. I'm not trying to put myself over anyone on the team. He was very good at being friends with everybody and nice to everybody and being approachable. And that's my main goal as like a senior, as like, you know, a leader on the team, is just to have people want to come up to me and approach me and ask questions. Just be like, try to be friends to everybody on the team.
I know when we did the captain vote at the beginning, you know, you get 4 votes. Each player gets 4 votes, but your vote doesn't count unless you write like a sentence about why. And I remember a lot of kids writing, like when they wrote Wyatt's down, the reason was like, he's always willing to help me, you know, like,
Yeah.
and he's really smart and he knows everything, but he's always willing to help those younger guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if you know this or not, but when Wyatt came to Clarksville High School, we had too many Wyatts on the team.
Yeah.
So I started
There's a lot
with
of
the letter
Wyatts for a
Z, and I
while.
just gave him a different name each week of the season and kind of counted down. So at one point he was like Zacchaeus. Like there was a lot for Wyatt the first couple of years. that me
Wyatt
and I
was a
were around
real
each other.
popular name, I think.
It
for a
was,
while.
absolutely. There was at
probably
least
in
like
that
5 or
book.
6 of us. We got all the way to about like S or R before we stopped it, and then I just started calling him Wyatt again. But
How many are we down to now?
well, I stopped at R his freshman year,
okay,
so
okay, gotcha.
when he picked it back up sophomore year, back at it, and I was like, there's only like 2 other Wyatts now, so
They'll figure it out.
Yeah, and at that point we still had Jack and Elliott, whose last name is Wyatt. So there was a lot of Wyatts that were around us at that point. But at one point we called you Ubaldo.
Yeah.
Because we got to you, and I couldn't think of another U name, so we after the great Rockies pitcher. So
I actually think Ubaldo stuck around for a little bit.
did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
How
always
did I
good.
miss that?
Oh yeah, it was kind of like Wyatt
think
was
I
playing
missed that.
receiver at that point, so in the receivers group we get we have a little bit too much fun sometimes, and that was probably part of it.
Yeah, I missed that one somehow.
Yeah, my bad. So Wyatt, what's been kind of like your, other than being called Ubaldo for a week, what has been one of your favorite memories of Clarksville High School football?
I think freshman year when we beat Hendersonville, that locker room atmosphere was nothing I have been a part. Like, that was crazy. I mean, going in there, because, I mean, I think going into that game, a lot of us had, like, our heads down. We're like, they're coming in here. I think the year before they had, like, it wasn't a good game.
We got destroyed.
Yeah.
yes.
And so all the seniors were telling me about how, like, oh, this is not going to be a good game. And then we get in there at halftime, and I'm like, wait, we might actually have a chance to go at this thing. And then when we get back in there, I think that was homecoming. And every year I've seen people just take off after homecoming, and I think the whole team stayed. And that was just jumping around, being super hyper, listening to music. And that was just like a crazy atmosphere.
So
That atmosphere was crazy because Hendersonville could have legitimately beat us by 100 the year before, I think.
That's true.
Those guys came a long way to have that much success.
So for you, obviously this year, what's been kind of some of the goals that you personally would like to see, but then also as a team, what would you like to see?
So for myself, going into this year, I had never really like my whole goal was just get on the field and show that I could be a part of this team outside of practice. And I think that I've accomplished that a lot. And I also think that my goal as a team was just to I was not one of those people that was dead set on going undefeated again. My goal is to make a deep run in the playoffs. And that's because I haven't seen the second round of playoffs since my freshman year. And none of the kids except for the seniors on the team have went further than the first round. And I was I'm really hoping we could make a deep run in the playoffs.
I'm glad to hear you say that because we'd already gone undefeated twice. Like, if that's the goal, then you know what I mean? I think there's a lot of people in your shoes that would trade those 2 tough games early in the season for some postseason success, I think. I think the older group is definitely like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Wyatt, we're going to ask you the big question here. Obviously, we've asked everybody else that's come on here, and you're going to recommend who you would like to have on the show next week. So, who is your special guest that you would like to bring on to have next week?
Devon Bracey.
DJ.
Yeah, DJ's a good one.
Love
DJ's
DJ.
Clarksville High lineage.
Yeah.
Broken collarbone, all that stuff. Yeah, DJ's a good one.
Yeah, tough guy. I played
glad you
with
said DJ.
DJ's uncles, so
Yeah,
they
DJ's
were a
uncles
year
were
younger
really
than me.
good.
Very talented guys. So I'm excited to have it. Wyatt, man, we appreciate you. Thank you for taking your time out on this Wednesday and joining us here on the show. We are always so proud of your growth that you've had with the team, man. And what Coach Shelby and I both said here tonight is very true. You have grown, you've matured, and you become someone that a lot of these guys will remember for years to come, man.
He has matured.
Yeah. You've matured
At the
a lot,
beginning,
Bubba.
me and Wyatt were like, we had a pretty adversarial relationship
Yeah.
there for.
Butted heads quite a bit.
I don't remember what happened, but it was a pretty adversarial relationship for at least 6 months, I think.
I'd
But
say
he
so.
matured. He's a good kid.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're going to step aside. We'll come back with our final segment. Coach Shelby and I are going to talk a little bit about our upcoming opponent on the Isaac Shelby Coaches Show. And welcome back to the Isaac Shelby Coaches Show. We've reached our final segment here as we take a look at our upcoming opponent, the Siegel Stars. And Coach Shelby, I'll be honest with you, I don't remember a time that we've played Siegel. I know, like you know, the old school Murfreesboro games, but that broke in different directions with the school. And we talked a little bit about Blackman. That's another Murfreesboro school we played, but I don't ever remember playing Siegel.
I don't remember what Siegel broke from, but I don't think we have. I think it's a new one. We just, when you're scheduling games in the off season, people think it's like really easy, you know, but like there's only, you know, you only have particular weeks open. And then we tried really, really hard to get Henry to schedule, and they wanted to play us. I thought that'd be a great game again, but our weeks didn't match. You know, so no matter how much we wanted to play them, our weeks didn't match. And then sometimes, you know, you'll have a match of a week, but I need a home game, and so does the other team to try to get to 5-5. So, you know, the Siegel, Coach Renshaw, we, you know, reached out, talked to each other. We had a matched week. You know, the home away thing matched up, so we went ahead and went with it. And it you know, it's really it'll be fun to do something new.
Yeah, absolutely. It's exciting to get down there. And again, we hosted Blackman, so we'll be there week 1 next year.
Correct,
on the
yes.
schedule. This will be the first time we're taking a trip down to Murfreesboro. It takes a lot of planning, obviously, because of the bus situations here, and so you have to get an extra bus or you get a charter bus for the situation. What's that process like for you?
Coach Zilkowski helps me out with that a lot. He does a really, really good job with our kickers, but he helps me out a lot with the admin stuff. So that's one of the things that, you know, normally like a head coach doesn't call plays, but I don't want to be one of those guys that's just in charge of the program but don't get to coach, you know. And so I want to coach. So some of that stuff I'm able to share with Isaac Zilkowski, and he does a great job with it. So he got us 2 charters. To be honest, I don't even know the name of the company. They'll be here at some point. There's 55 seats on it. I'll have to make a bus list tonight. That's just kind of how it works, you know.
Well, I won't be able to be on it. I'm breaking that news to you now because of teaching. But,
Gotcha.
So I broke that news to you. So that's one
okay.
less seat that you have to fill. At
Yeah,
least with
we
the
got to
coach.
map it out. I know Lucy's riding back on the charter bus so she can sleep good. She'll sleep better on that than on the charter bus because she's going to school Friday.
There you go. That's exciting that she'll be able to sit on the charter bus with us. She got my spot. There you go.
Yeah, I told her she
can
can bring blankets and all kind of stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, Coach. So what can we expect from Siegel? What do you expect to see from them on Friday or on Thursday?
Yeah,
Excuse me.
really physical. They do a good job. They're tough. They're big. They have one offensive lineman that's really, really highly recruited, the Princeton kid. You can tell why. He's athletic. He's big. He's, I think, 6'7". He's a really good football player. They've got good skill kids. They're coached well. They have an identity. They have a scheme, which, you know, sometimes some weeks you – see that. Some weeks you don't. But you know, they have a thing that they do, and they do it well. So it'll be a good test for us.
When you get a team like this that is, you know, not a region opponent, it's later in the season. You know, you have to have conversations with your team, and you've spoke to them about these next two games, because the next two non-region games. You know, what's kind of your conversation with them? Because, you know, we talked about how important the region wins are, because they are 2 wins if you look at it that way. But these games are still important when it comes down to seeding and things of that nature.
I mean, they're all important because they're games, you know, and you want to win every game that you're in. So, you know, anytime the scoreboard's on, you know, it's a game, so you get after it. But, like, after the region record, you go to overall record. So sometimes these games can come back and haunt you later in the year when maybe it's you know, a tiebreaker situation, or like a week 2 or, you know, playoff situation. Where's a game being played? Those overall wins always help you out.
All right, Coach. So this one a little bit more difficult for teams, or I guess our fans to travel to. It's a little bit further away, but you know, what's kind of the message to, you know, the Wildcat faithful to come out to see a school like Siegel?
Leave early. Try to get down 24 as quick as you can. You know, they've got a really cool field. They have turf. You know, they have a big star in the middle, kind of like the Cowboys, the Siegel Stars, which I think is a pretty good mascot. Non-native species, but a pretty good mascot.
You can see them in the sky.
Yeah. So I guess they're native everywhere. But yeah, they've got a pretty, you know, pretty cool mascot. We went down there for the state tournament in baseball to watch the kids a couple years ago. Right. So that was pretty good. I met their principal this summer. Their principal bought one of Bo's puppies.
That's right.
This summer. So Coach Renshaw told me today that maybe the dog will show up at the game.
That needs to happen.
Yeah, it might be, but Beauregard's not going to go. He's going to stay at home.
Yeah.
But they got one of the puppies. So does Mr. Reynolds.
Yeah, Mr. Reynolds has one of the puppies too. Yeah, absolutely.
He got a gold one. I think they got a black one.
Gotcha. Well, Coach, obviously, you mentioned kind of what this is, but you know, for you as a coach, how do you like to have a team that I mean, obviously you talked about you're watching their scheme, stuff like that, but you know, what's the excitement like for you to take on a team that you've not like notoriously taken on or in that sense?
I mean, I think especially years like this when you can schedule somebody new, it's neat because every time you go to the playoffs, it's not going to be the same thing that you've seen. So to win in the playoffs, you have to go to a brand new place and a brand new locker room with a brand new stadium that you've never been in, and you'll have 30 minutes to kind of figure it out and go out there and play ball. So hopefully that will benefit us later in the year by having to go through that.
Awesome, Coach. Well, again, we got a lot of sponsors we want to thank for all their help again. And you mentioned, we talked about the first foremost, Smoothie King. You've now heard
King. Yeah, I'm going to try the Banana Boat.
Banana Boat. You're going to try that one out. That was Parker's recommendation for you. So not the Caribbean, though. I know Marcus told you that.
Yeah, Marcus told me that. I'm going to try Banana Boat, see what I think about that.
Awesome.
And then Doc 17 over here. I like the sandwich, the hamburger with the Texas toast.
Yes, you're a big
Texas toast person, yeah. My dad actually sent me a Texas toaster.
Yes.
With bigger slots.
Yeah.
So, no, I really like that one over there. Chase has done a good job on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, big shout out to Varsity Pens. And, of course, Project 2231, I believe, is the correct name for that one. Obviously, with Varsity Pens, Doc 17, City Forum, Miss Lucille's. I mean, there's so much that they're working on and continuing to grow here to give people in Clarksville something to do and places to go. So always big thankful for them to let us be a part of this. And again, shout out to Coach Stephen Conway. I know he's still here. Hey, Coach Conway.
Showed up.
And of course, Sheepdog Custom Ink. You can get a shirt like this, says City Champs, because for 2 years, or even more than that, we haven't lost a city game since COVID. So that's over with. So you know what? Shout out to that. So again, these nice City Champ shirts, been 4 years running and more. But again, Coach Stephen Conway doing that gets all the best kind of material, gear, stuff like that for us. So we're always thankful for that. Wyatt Johnson Hyundai as well. Big donation this season coming in. They're at all of our home games. They kind of have their own little tailgate section. And then, of course, they bring cars into the stadium, so you can take a look at that. So again, just a lot of big things, and of course El Rancho Grande for our team meal this week.
That was really good.
I have a plate. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to go.
Katie made you a plate.
I appreciate that.
We got to call Nick and Ben and see what's going on down at Creekwood tonight.
That's right.
The freshmen, they left a little while ago down to Creekwood, so we'll see how that's going.
Yeah, and JV on Monday was a win at West Creek.
Yes,
So
yes.
always proud to be back on a winning streak with JV.
Yeah.
And
Didn't get to see that when I was with Lucy. She got to home base the other day.
hey,
Yeah, home base.
look at Lucy out there.
Yeah.
Softball, it's in the genes, man.
Yeah, I do. I told somebody earlier though. I think I've figured out how to tell if you're a good coach or not.
Okay.
In any sport, I don't care if we're talking about Urban Meyer, Lane Kiffin, Nick Saban, whatever. If you can take a bunch of 6-year-old little girls and teach them what a force out is, you're the best coach in the world.
There you go.
If you can teach them what a force out is, to where like they know where to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Based on who's on base, you're just like a magician or a wizard or something.
There you go. So that's where Coach Shelby has ruled good coaches or not.
Yeah.
Is he's judging you off of how you work with softball at age 6.
I told Coach Irwin the PE final should be your choice of the presidential fitness test, or write down what a force out is correctly. They'd have a bunch of kids pick the pacer test.
They would 100%. Absolutely. Baseball team would be fired up, right?
They
for
would.
the force
They
out.
would.
They would be on that. All right, Coach, we want to thank you again for your time. And again, thank you to all of our sponsors here as well. Shout out to all of them for being a part of our program and making our program better each and every day. Again, tomorrow night, it's a Thursday night game, so we are at Siegel on Thursday night. Friday, we'll get a day off, a little bit different than normal, and then back again to work. And we'll have another game on Thursday against Shelbyville. That'll be next week leading into fall break.
It's going to be kind of how it is to end the season there, Thursdays.
Yes, absolutely. Only one Friday game left. It'll be homecoming against Antioch.
And the playoffs.
And then, of course, any playoff games after that. So, again, a shout-out to Coach Shelby for taking his time out, coming to chat with us here at Varsity Pins. Again, a big thank you to Mr. Greg Reynolds for live streaming this and bringing this to everyone who can't make it out to Varsity Pins. We want to see you in the building, though, so if you get a chance to come out and you like the show and you're like, hey, I'm in the Clarksville area, come on out, come see the new menu that Varsity Pins has as well. They just put a brand new menu out last week, and they've had some really good stuff on there. I know some of the guys have been trying the food here. So again, come on out if you want to see us in person at Varsity Pins. And of course, again, thank you to Mr. Greg for the live stream here on Middle Tennessee Sports. But for another week of the Isaac Shelby Coaches Show, I'm Ethan Schmidt saying so long, and we hope that you see us next week. And Coach, as always,
Go Cats.
go Cats.